What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are all doing well. So we went over importing, we went over export settings, we went over color grading, we went over basic video effects. So let's start to get into the advanced concepts. So I guess in this video, I decided that we're going to go into text and kind of how you can use text. Possibly in the next video, we'll go over masking. So, anyways, text is it's fairly simple. And we're gonna actually need an example. So we're gonna need a sound that has some like talking in it. So if we go to here, let's find something that has some talking. Um, let's see. Yeah, let's do this. All right. So we have our sound effects here. Um, So we're gonna go over just basic like text, and then we'll go over captions, auto captions, and then it's something called from there we'll go over and how to like customize your own text. So if you want to create text, there's multiple ways to do it. You can go down here and you can actually click the type tool, and you can name this. We'll name this cinematic, or no, we'll do like nights like this. All right, we have that, and it creates a graphic. So this graphic, it has all the different effects that a video has. You can change up here. It has the motion. You can change like the position, scale. You can do all the keyframing stuff that we already had before. You can also do the cropping left, cropping right. Um, and then let's see. Yeah, so you have that. Now, if you go ahead, you go into your text tab, which I have it above here, and we go into graphics, you can see here. So there's a few ways that you can sort of edit your text. Nights, wow, nights like this. I can't even fucking spell. Anyways, you can go and you can click it right here and you can edit from there, or you can go into this and edit it like that. So this is going to show you all the different graphics. It also shows you the time frames of when that is available. This kind of acts like an adjustment slash its own video, so you can go ahead and extend. You can cut it as well, just like any other video effect. Now, if you wanted to sort of change this text, change the font, change the size, well, now you could use the scale here, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to go ahead, we'll reset everything. So you're just going to double click it. Double click the text graphic, and this window will pop up. And from there, hold up. Um, so anyways, this sort of tab pops up, and if we extend this, there's a whole bunch of options here. Now, to start off, you can go in here and it'll highlight this, and from here you can go into and change sort of the text. You have all these different things, these different text or styles that you can use. Then you can go down to the second font thing right here, and you can see if it's regular or bold. We'll use bold. Back here, this will be even more bold. This will be italic, capitalize, small caps. This one will be a superscript, so I don't really want to use that. We can also do subscript, and then we can also do an underline. And then um, then we can go into font size here. So you can drag this, you can make it bigger, smaller, however you want. And then you can also change like the alignment of it. So we want it center aligned. We'll make this slightly bit slower. We'll do all caps, slightly that, center align vertically. And then from here, this will change sort of the distance between each letter. And then we can reset that. This will change, if you have text that are on two different lines, this will change the distance between those lines. And then this will change like how high or how low it is. And this won't do anything, so not really worried. And then this will make it more condensed or not. So that's that. Appearance, this will be the color. So you can go ahead, you can change the color. Stroke, so this will kind of give it like an outline to make it more bold. Usually, let's see, I forget what exactly I did. No, that's not how I did it. So yeah, I use this to make sometimes a font even more bold, so I'll do that. Background, you can use this as sort of a way to add like a nice black like outline of the text. Oops. So we have a nice outline. I don't usually use that. Shadow, this will kind of give it that 3D look. So if we go ahead and we change this to black, and then we change, and then we would, where's our opacity? Which one's our opacity? Size, angle, blur. We don't want any blur. We go ahead and we make it slightly that. Make the opacity full. So kind of give it that outline look. Give it like a little bit of a 3D effect. So I like that. That looks good. From here, you can also do alignment. So you can do align horizontally, align left, bottom, top, or top left. Anyways, we can do that. And you can change the position and scale. And you can also keyframe this as well. So yeah. And then once you create a style that you like, so let's change this to align exactly where I want it to align. So it's middle align, we have that. Once you have a style that you like, you can go ahead and you can save it as a preset. So the way you do that, you would press the plus here, and you can do create style, name it, and save the project. And then it'll show up here in your styles. So that gives it sort of the overall text. Now, text can be graphics or they can be captions. I'll show you what that means. So if we go ahead and we add our sound effects.
What a day. What a what a day. You look lonely. I can fix that.
So we'll go ahead, we'll add this like towards the beginning. And we'll
What a day.
so we go ahead, oops. So we have our sound and we also have this like text or sound effect in the back that has some someone talking.
What a day. You look lonely. I can fix that.
So we have that, right? And you can actually create captions based off of any sound that has its own like talking in it or words. So you would go up to your text, go to captions, or no, you go to transcript. And usually like it will, if it's clear enough, your captions will show up. In this case, the captions don't show up. But basically your captions would show up. So let's change it. So What a day. And then we'll do like, yeah.
What a day.
So usually like captions would show up, and it would basically like, fuck, I need a better example. This is a horrible example. Hmm. Okay, let's try this. Maybe this will actually work better. Sorry guys, I'm trying to give you guys a good example of what we can use. As much as I want to use that one, this one just probably works better. So as you see, it's going to automatically transcribe the, let's delete this. We don't need this. How do I delete it? All right. So as you see, like, let's mute this. So as you see, like, this sound has its own person talking, and it's basically going through the transcript. From this transcript, you can actually create captions. So you would go ahead and you would click these three dots, and you would press Create Transcript, Create Captions. Now from here, what I like to do is I actually like to open this, and we can go ahead and we can make some adjustments. So the style, if we have a saved style, we can go ahead and use that already. Maximum length in characters. So this is for one line. In one line, you can have 42 characters. I usually like to have it around 25 to 30. And then minimum duration in seconds, 3, gap 0, and then line. So you can ever have like a double line, so text, so like it's two lines of text before it goes to the next like text block, or you can have one, or you can have it as one text block, so it only allows for one. You can go ahead, press create captions. So as you see, down here are our captions. Now, it's not perfect. Again, you're gonna have to go through the transcript and like double check that everything is that is being said is right and correct. It's very easy to do that. You can actually just go in here, or you can go into the transcript and before you even create your captions, you can go in here. Um, we can adjust it. You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin, and then whatever. We'll fix that later. But that's how you can do it. And then yeah. No. Let's say you want a word by word sort of text. Now, there's a few ways you can do this. So let's go ahead and let's create these again. Now, if you wanted basically like one word per like text blocks, you can go ahead, we can create captions and maximum length in characters, you want it as minimal as possible, and then single line, and then create captions. So it will try to do one word per like text box. So as we see at the bottom here, see it's not perfect, but that's how you kind of get like one word per like text box. And let's say, for example, we want to have a text block that has multiple words, but it kind of like as each word is being said, it shows up. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's actually really cool, really simple. So we'll create caption. Actually, let's delete this. Anakin, become my apprentice. There we go. Create captions. We'll have this at 27, single line, create captions. Let's fix this. You're fulfilling. All right, so if we wanted like word by word, and let me actually go ahead and so there's a few ways you can do this. Now, the best way that I found is you make cuts on these captions. So this caption is kind of has its own video track. You make cuts every time there's a new word. So you go to your transcript and you would use the arrow keys on your keyboard and you would basically just go word by word. So right now we're at you, we're at your, and then fulfilling. So right here, I'm going to make a cut right here on this caption track. You're fulfilling, and it goes to, then we click back up here, and then you can go at the start of the next word, but that's where a new text block happens. And then it says Destiny here, so we go ahead and we would cut there. And then it says Anakin. So let's just do it for these three. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, you're going to highlight it, and ideally you would go through this whole part and you would do this, for the rest of the video. But I'm just going to show you the small part so you can see. So you're going to go ahead, you're going to highlight all the captions up top here once you go ahead and cut everywhere that needs to be cut. Then you would go to graphics and titles, upgrade caption to the graphic. So it's going to turn these captions into those graphics that I showed you before at the beginning. And then we can kind of go ahead and we can change things. But before we want to do that, if you wanted to sort of change like all the captions on this track to kind of have the same look before you go ahead and do that, you would go ahead, you would click one of the captions, double click it, and then from here, what you're going to have to do is we're going to have to create a track style. But before we have a track style, we have to make sure that we sort of have like a base track style, and we'll create that later. But I'm going to go ahead and fix this text so that it's one higher and two that it looks better. So from here we have slightly different options. But first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to line it towards the middle. For me, I like the text to be slightly above the middle part, not dead in the middle. So kind of like right here. And then from this, I want to increase the size slightly. So I'll do 60. And then we're going to want bold. We're going to want even more bold. Oops. We don't want that. So I guess you can't do that. But anyways, it's big, it's bold. Then we're going to have all caps. You're fulfilling. I feel like that's not right. But anyways, you're fulfilling. We have that. And then we'll add a stroke, make it even more. And then my shadow, we're going to make it slightly more. So it gives it a better outline. So we'll create this as a track style. So create track style, we'll just name it text style. And then if you go ahead here and you click this as your text style, if you circle to the rest of your text, it all lines up here and it uses that exact same like style. So it's a really easy way to do that. So make sure you create your own text style. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So we're gonna, after you've done that, after you've have your track style that you want for all of your text, you're gonna go, or your captions I meant, highlight it, graphics titles, upgrade caption the graphic. Now from here it's gonna look a little bit wonky, but we have all of these text things. You're gonna want to make more tracks or video tracks because that's gonna allow you to sort of do word by word, and I'm gonna show you how. So we have these two graphics are within the same text box. So I'm going to move the second graphic up. And then this one has three. So you're just going to stack them or layer them. And we don't need this one right now. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to drag the bottom track towards this. And then you're going to do the same for the rest so that it all lines up. So it's kind of like stacked in this layer. From here, what you're going to do, click your bottom text, and then go to your effects controls, and then we're going to want to crop left, or no, crop right. So you're going to use the crop right and see until the fulfilling exits the frame. Then from here, you don't have to do anything with the top layer text or graphic text. And then we'll do the same thing here. So you go to go to your crop right and increase it. So I'm clicking this number and I'm dragging to the right until it disappears. And for Destiny, we're going to make sure that Anakin is not being shown. Crop to the right. And then from there, we have the word by word kind of text. So let's watch it.
You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin.
So that's a really easy way to get the word by word reference. So that's how you do it. Again, watch this over and over and over again as you need it. Now, let's see. Is there anything else that I need to talk about text? Not really. That's about all that I got. Um, hmm. Oh, I'm going to show you text glow. So if you wanted to make your text glow, so let's say for example, we have all these texts, um, and we want to sort of make this text glow, the glow effect, because I see a lot of people out there using that, and it's pretty trendy. So first, what you're going to want to do is highlight all of your text. So let's highlight all of our text first, and you're going to want to nest it. So you can either right click and click nest, so that'll merge all this into one like graphic. Or for me, I press N, and it'll create a nested sequence. From here, all you got to do is hold down Alt, drag up to make a copy, and you're going to put it right above. Now from here, I have a preset for the glow effect, text glow, but I can go ahead and show you what it is from there. So it really is, it's just the Gaussian blur effect. And we're going to make the blurriness 30. So let me do this manually so you guys can see. So you're going to want to go up to search in your effects panel, Gaussian blur, drag it onto your clip, do like 30, and I think we decrease the opacity slightly. Yeah, decrease the opacity to like 30 as well. You have 30 and 30. So there you go. You have that glow effect. If I turn it off, it's not glow. If I turn it on, there's the glow. Now another sort of text type that I see a lot of people do is kind of like the, what do you call it? Um, it's kind of like, not a mirror, but I don't know how to explain. It's kind of like the see-through text. So all you have to do to create see-through text is change the blend mode from normal to difference. And as you see, it'll give you that kind of see-through effect. That's very simple. So that's everything that I know about text. Go ahead, rewatch this as many times as you need. Like I said again, you can go ahead and you can keyframe this text just as you can keyframe any video. So if we wanted to add a slow zoom in, I'll do the scale. And it will increase
You're fulfilling your destiny, Anakin.
as so. You can also add like a fade out at the end. So if we wanted to fade it out at the end, just keyframe your opacity and then go to the end. Go to the end of your video text layer or graphic and then put it to 0 and it will fade out as so. So that's everything I know about text. I hope this guys helps you. If you have any questions, feel free to write it down in the comments and I can try to answer them. But yeah, text acts as just as a video or a video clip as well. It has every sort of thing, and yeah, that's text. So yeah, let's clean this up because I don't want to use text on this video. But yeah, that is text. Very easy, very simple. And yeah, let's delete all this too. Let's clear this too. We don't need that. But yeah, there we are. That is text. So hopefully that helps. I'll see you guys in the next one we'll probably do masking. So yeah. Oh, one more thing. I haven't been saying this, but make sure you constantly do this. Your Command S or Control S, just constantly saving your file because sometimes Premiere Pro just crashes out of nowhere and you'll lose like your progress. So this is very, very, very important. Make sure you're saving frequently after you do like a certain video effect or like whatnot. So make sure that you do that. But yeah, text onto masking next. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.